Hi, I'm Catherine Gordon for Sugar Freedom, and I'm going to talk to you today about the 3-day sugar strike. So this is a 3-day sugar detox, and the whole point of the next 3 days is to get off of sugar, grains, and processed vegetable oils. So we're not just getting off of sugar in terms of, cupcakes and candies and ice cream and things like that, pastries, but we're also getting off of the foods that break right down into glucose in the bloodstream, which is why we're getting off of the grains as well. So doing the 3-day sugar strike, it's going to be very simple. And one of the things that I like to call it is simple food for an exciting life, for a wonderful life. Keeping the food simple, but getting good energy and great health so that we can really enjoy life. First things first, I want to thank Commit to Be Fit, Coronita, Margaret B, Anne, and Sunny. You guys are my latest either subscribers or you've recently gotten Sugar Freedom or you've subscribed to my YouTube channel. And I just want to say thank you. You're so important to me. Right now we're at 399 subscribers, so you all matter. And of course, all of my readers matter as well. How can we get a good start on Sugar Freedom? Because if you get a good start, and this is the reality, I've taken a lot of groups through the 3-day sugar strike, and we literally see an average weight release of 5 pounds. Now, I know a lot of that is water, of course, but isn't it exciting to go 3 days really sticking with it and flushing out that inflammation? Because when you're losing excess water weight, that is a kind of inflammation, and it's really wonderful to get rid of that and lose that. I think the best thing that we can do, my oven is ready because I'm gonna roast some green beans. But I think the best thing we can do today is start at the top with breakfast. On the 3-day sugar strike, you're probably going to be having some eggs if they agree with you. And if you wish, you can also have some bacon, uncured if you like, Canadian bacon, right? Certainly you could have lunch or dinner for breakfast, but if you want breakfast foods, it's probably going to be eggs and it's probably going to be bacon or Canadian bacon, keeping it pretty simple. Now, if that is not your speed, what you could do is some above ground vegetables with your breakfast. So you could make a hard-boiled egg and a serving of vegetables if you wanted to keep it really simple. I'm thinking of those of you who want to keep it simple. Or if you want something a little bit more elaborate, you could do a hash. Now, how do you do that? So right now I'm going to be more of a description rather than a cooking demonstration today. There are more cooking demonstrations at my YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/sugarfreedom. Search for it, you'll find it, and subscribe. Or you could be watching it now, and if you are, good for you. So the way you would make that hash, let me grab an onion, is get a pan, put some butter in it, and you can grate up some onion, some zucchini, maybe some cabbage, mix that around and make a lovely breakfast hash. You could even crack the egg right into that, make it a frittata, fold it over, add a little salsa, maybe a bit of avocado, and there's your breakfast. Honestly, the first 3 days we're going to keep it very, very simple. We want to fill the belly, get you satisfied, satisfy the appetite, but we don't want a whole lot of variety. We don't want to overstimulate the appetite. We literally want to reduce hunger, reduce cravings, so we're going to keep breakfast very simple. Lunch, yeah, we're going to make ourselves a big salad, and so you're going to have your mixed greens. Hang on, I have this is for saving time. If you want to save time, go ahead and get your lettuce washed and ready to go. We managed to use this up because there's 3 of us in the house, me, my husband, and my son. We all eat salad, so we use this up. If it's just you, you might want to go with a head of romaine instead, because it's really annoying to have to throw this away if you don't use it up before it stops being fresh. So lunch, the big salad, I'm going to do my greens, I'm going to do some red cabbage, maybe some red pepper, probably some tomatoes. I bought more Wild Wonders, but I do have some fresh cherry tomatoes growing in my garden. I'll put those in too. Little cucumber. Okay, the most important thing though about dressing is we want to enjoy it. So, about salad. So what are we going to use for dressing? Basic dressing, I just simply use olive oil and a little bit of red wine vinegar or balsamic vinegar. I know that balsamic vinegar does have a little bit of sugar in it, but we're not using a whole lot, so it shouldn't trigger us, correct? But if you want olive oil and a little bit of red wine vinegar, salt and pepper. You want to make things a little bit more interesting. Yes, I do use, and here it is, Walden Farms. This is a calorie-free dressing. Now, whenever something is calorie-free, you're gonna have some things like, xanthan gum, and you're gonna have a little bit of Splenda in this. If that's not part of your program, that's totally fine. But what you can do with this, and what I do with it, is I'll have some olive oil, have either balsamic or some red wine vinegar, and then to add extra flavor, a little bit of extra kick or punch of flavor, I'll add just a tablespoon or maybe even just a teaspoon of this to make the olive oil and vinegar more interesting. I'll show you something else. I also have, this is their sweet onion, very sweet. So I don't use too much of this, but what you can do is you can do a traditional vinaigrette and then just add a teaspoon of this, and it's going to give it a little bit milder flavor. A lot of times people tell me that they find vinaigrettes very soury and very acidic, so you could add a bit of the sweet onion or the Walden Farms coleslaw dressing, just a little bit, and that will make it a little bit more sweet, a little bit more mild, maybe a little bit more palatable if you're sensitive to things like the Bragg's apple cider vinegar. Let me back up just a little bit. In the morning, every morning, I have the juice of half a lemon mixed with a tablespoon of Bragg's, mixed with plenty of water because it's highly acidic. If that doesn't agree with you, I was working with a client yesterday who said, just cannot stomach the apple cider vinegar. What you could do is mix this into a vinaigrette, mix this with some olive oil, maybe a little bit of the Walden Farms calorie-free honey balsamic to make it a little bit sweeter, and you're gonna sneak some of that Bragg's apple cider vinegar into your salad rather than trying to drink it as the tonic. What do I wake up with? I wake up with coffee. No, I don't do bulletproof coffee. Although I do know some people that it's worked for, I don't use it myself. I measure my heavy cream, I have a cup of coffee, and I put in a tablespoon, ooh yum, of heavy cream, and I'll have up to 3 cups a day, up to 3 tablespoons. We don't count calories per se for Sugar Freedom. However, we do have a calorie parameter if weight loss slows down. So here's how I do that. What I find is that just naturally when I eat Sugar Freedom style, I naturally fall at around 1350, right? And at 5'1" and with a very active lifestyle, at 1350, I definitely get leaner, I can lose weight. I maintain at around 1500, 1550. Remember, I'm very short. So right around 1450 to 1550, that's maintenance for me. I will definitely lose weight at 1200 calories a day. The only problem with that is if I go as low as 1200, I put myself at risk of getting too hungry and overeating. So I don't count calories, I count carbs, but if weight loss stalls, and I do this for myself and also people I consult with, we will look for the energy level that you can take in where you reliably are losing weight, but you're not going so low that you're getting outrageously hungry and overcompensating. Which brings us to dinner. Oh, protein, of course. You're going to have your source of protein, healthy protein and fat, and so I like a ribeye, I like ground beef, pork chops, chicken thighs as opposed to chicken breast. So we're going to have a protein choice for lunch, correct? So I might do sliced chicken thighs on my big salad. I might do a steak, or I might save the steak for dinner. And I'm going to have that, for me, I'm looking at about a good 4 to 5 ounces of protein at lunch and dinner, maybe about 4 at breakfast. I am working as a certified personal trainer. I also work with my dogs in agility and rally. I am moving all day long, and so I do find that, I would say 4, and 4, about 12 ounces of protein a day works for me, maybe a little bit more. Your results may vary. Pay attention to your appetite. If it's well satisfied and you're getting leaner, you found the right number. If you're too hungry, that's too little. If you're not losing and you want to lose, then that's too much, okay? All right, let's talk about dinner. So once again, another serving of protein. That's gonna be your fish, your beef, your pork, your poultry, your shellfish, and then I like to have a cooked vegetable. So the one recipe I am gonna do today is I wanna talk about roasting your vegetables. Roasting vegetables can make them different and yummy and tasty. I would much rather have a roasted green bean than a steamed green bean, so that's how I do it. So I've rinsed these and let them drip dry in the colander. I've put them on the cookie sheet, and here's another tip. Iodized sea salt. We got to keep the thyroid healthy. Where are you getting your iodine? I get mine from iodized sea salt. I'm going to shake it on, and shaking on the sea salt, shaking it on. Yeah, a little bit loose there from all those years of cardio I did. We'll talk about cardio later. Olive oil, and a little bit of olive oil, just a drizzle. Freehand, probably about a tablespoon's worth. And then of course, always in the Sugar Freedom kitchen, we have organic garlic. I'm gonna sprinkle it on. So we're roasting these. Stir it. We're roasting these, so I'm not going to use chopped garlic because it could scorch and burn. Kind of mixing that around. Not very elegantly, but whatever. So I'm going to put this in for 10 minutes. And then I'm going to take it out, stir it around again, and roast it for 10 minutes more. And in it goes. Setting the timer. Whoops. 400. I roast at 400, 10 minutes on one side, and then stir it around. Let me give you a few more tips. Oh my goodness, sandwiches, right? They make things portable. We can put meat and fillings in them and put 2 pieces of bread together and take your sandwich with you. So what do we use instead? I use red cabbage leaves. So I take off the first leaf, take a leaf, and then I can fill it with meat and vegetables, and I can make homemade mayonnaise, which is just olive oil and Bragg's cider vinegar and a little bit of lemon juice and salt and pepper. Or I can use salsa, and I really love to use a little bit of, say, if I do like a ground beef with onion, a little bit of cumin, salt and pepper, add some salsa, put that inside a red cabbage leaf, with a little bit of avocado, you've got a delicious sandwich that you can actually take with you to work or to a picnic or wherever you want to go. Another way, substitution for bread, is that you can roast, cut in half, and seed a bell pepper, and then you've got half of that, and then you can fill that and then eat that like a taco or like a sandwich. So those are my tips and strategies for today. Going through the sugar detox, pretty much you've got, eggs and breakfast meat for breakfast, maybe a bit of avocado, big salad with protein for lunch, protein and a nice big serving of vegetables for dinner. You can have another salad at dinner as well if you're still hungry. One of the things I notice is that a lot of gals who are coming off of a standard American diet, guys as well, and who are coming on to Sugar Freedom style, which is whole foods, ketogenic, low in sugar, a little higher in fat, pretty high in vegetables that grow above the ground. A lot of folks that I work with are not used to eating this many vegetables. They're not used to eating this much volume. Take it one step at a time, take it one salad at a time, one serving at a time. You really can do this because it is so worth it. I get mental clarity, weight loss, no more joint pain, knees don't hurt, fingers don't hurt, the ring is loose, right? Weight loss as well. So it's totally worth it. We are trading variety for satiety. If you have the Sugar Freedom program and you have any questions or you need the updated 3-day Sugar Strike shopping list, please email me. I keep saying I'm going to update the program, but the program works, and so I'm going to be getting an email out to everybody with the latest list, the latest tips. And then my next video, I did the sugar-free chocolate kisses for the last one, and now we're talking about the sugar detox. For my next one, I will do a working step-by-step demonstration of my Sugar Freedom chocolate mousse. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Once again, I appreciate all the people who have subscribed, hit the like button, people who give comments, thank you, especially when you ask questions. When you ask questions and I answer them, it helps me to make Sugar Freedom better and better. Oh, and also, of course, you know, I love doing these videos because that means I get to wear aprons. So it's the tuxedo apron today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I hope these tips helped you. Ask questions, subscribe, like, and I will see you next time here in the Sugar Freedom Kitchen.